Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If we would please rise and welcome our graduating Class 60. And if you would remain standing for the posting of the colors and our national anthem. Class, half right, peace.
Halt. Ground. Colors.
Class, half left, please. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. And again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Christopher Perriott, and I am the director of the Criminal Justice Program here at Kirtland Community College, and one of my responsibilities is the director of the Regional Police Academy. And I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you, friends, loved ones, and guests, for attending the graduation of Class 60. I would like to also recognize those in attendance: our College Board of Trustees, Mary Ann Farragon, Jack Kramer, Ed Perrin, Tom Ritter, and Roy Spangler. Our college president, Dr. Gary Roberts, our Dean of Occupational Programs, Barbara Waldron, our law enforcement representatives from all of our sponsoring agencies from Emmett County, Hannahville Indian Community, Iosco County, Oscoda Township, Otsego County, and Roscommon County. I would also like to thank all the law enforcement officers and emergency responders who are here today. We thank you for your service. Thank you all for attending. The last 17 weeks have been a testament to the discipline and the fortitude shown by each cadet here today. Each recruit seated today can be especially proud of what they have accomplished over the last 4 months. The training that they have received has transformed them not only physically, but has prepared them mentally and emotionally for what they will face as certified police officers and deputies. Our goal here at Kirtland is to provide our academy recruits with the finest in basic law enforcement instruction. We accomplish this through our partnership with the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards, or MCOLS, and by employing an expert cadre of instructors. Our regional police academy continues to be revered as one of the finest law enforcement academies in Michigan. Now, we cannot do this without the support of our College Board of Trustees, our college administration, our program staff, and our instructors. And at this time, I would like to recognize one of our criminal justice staff who continually gives 100% to this program. Behind the scenes, our coordinator, Mrs. Teresa Feldhauser, makes all of what you see here today possible. Mrs. Feldhauser's dedication, her hard work, and attention to detail continue to further improve this program and assist the recruits to their goal of passing the licensing exam and graduating. Without Mrs. Feldhauser's countless hours of painstaking work, none of what you would see here would have come to fruition. To show our gratitude to the commitment and the amount of work Mrs. Feldhauser puts into our programs, please join me in a round of applause in welcoming Mrs. Feldhauser to the stage. I'm glad your husband brought the truck. Didn't know you were going to get a little PT before graduation, did you?
Gary, you can carry it.
Thank you, Mrs. Feldhauser. Kirtland's cadre of instructors are chosen from the finest experts in the law enforcement field. Their professionalism and passion for teaching allows Kirtland to graduate and send the most qualified personnel to serve and protect your communities. If we have any of our instructors present, would they please stand to be recognized? And I know we do, so stand up, please. Stand up, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking these incredible men and women who dedicate themselves to teaching and training tomorrow's law enforcement. Thank you. I can honestly say that this is the greatest profession that anyone can choose. Law enforcement truly is a calling. It chooses you and not the other way around. It's full of good times and bad, highs and lows, hours of boredom, followed immediately by minutes of your heart racing and adrenaline rushing through your veins. Nowhere else within our society can you find a job with such diversity, challenges, and satisfaction. After serving in this profession for over 3 decades, I have learned the value of having friends and loved ones in your life. Having these individuals walk along with you during this journey is something that all of us in this profession must have. Having someone to talk with you and share those moments within your day, no matter how small they were, will allow you to better cope with what you see, what you hear, what you smell, and what you feel throughout your career. These recruits have spent the last 17 weeks preparing for the day when they will graduate, when they will take their oath to serve and protect the citizens of their communities. But what they must also have is a promise or a guarantee from you, their loving friends and family. You must promise to be there for them in their good times and in their bad. Understanding that no matter what the problem is, you will be there to help them through it. So, with that, I would like all of you that have someone special seated next to me to please stand, and you're going to take an oath of your own. So I would like you all to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly swear to be patient. Come on, they got to hear you. They got to hear you. Compassionate. There we go. Loving and understanding. 2, state your recruit's name. I promise to be that shoulder to cry on. Come on, you guys are dying off. A calming voice when there is doubt and uncertainty. I promise to be there to talk on any day, at any hour that you need. I also promise to give you a swift kick in the pants when I feel that you need one, and they will need them. I promise to be there for you and stand by you as you protect the innocent and aid the weak by being their shield against the darkness. Thank you. You may be seated. Please never forget that oath. We are the only academy in the state of Michigan that does that, and I do it for a reason, because after 31 years, I know how important it is to have people in your life that you can go to, because this job, they will see things, they will hear things that the normal average citizen does not see or hear, and they need those people to talk to. So please be there for them. I'd like to now welcome our commencement speaker, Mr. John Metz. John has spent nearly 40 years in law enforcement in Miami, Florida, Lansing, and Detroit, Michigan. He retired from the Michigan Attorney General's office. John has worked for the federal government in Kandahar, Afghanistan, and was the chief of investigations for United Nations missions in Haiti, and has worked as a criminal justice instructor at Kirtland Community College since 2017. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Metz to the podium. Thank you, sir.
Good morning. Welcome to the graduation of the 60th Academy. My name is John Metz. In my previous life, like you said, I spent nearly 40 years in law enforcement in one capacity or another, and now I'm a part-time instructor here at the college in the criminal justice program. And the best thing about my job here is I get to work with these fine young men and women in the CJ program, and we hear a lot of bad things about young people today, but not about these young men and women in this program. They give you hope for the future. I truly love this college, and I love all my students. I have an honor, or have had the honor, to teach some of the recruits here today, and I want to thank you for asking me to speak here today. Like I said, it's an honor. And I hope I taught you something of value, but most of all, I hope I taught you that there's an honor in what you're about to undertake. Like I said, I began my career in Miami, Florida in the 1970s, a long time ago. And back in that time, we did not have FTOs, training officers, or training programs. You just rode for several months with a veteran officer who taught you how to be a cop. And that officer was called, back then, your rabbi. My rabbi was Dan Schultz. Dan was a military veteran, just home from Vietnam. And over the years, I have often reflected how lucky I was to have such a wise rabbi. He was a good man who believed there was an honor in doing good police work. Now, in the Gospel of John, Jesus says to his disciples, "I am the good shepherd, and the good shepherd lays down his life for his sheep." Dan believed in being a good shepherd. He was respected by his peers and by those he served. We walked a beat together down in the federal funded housing projects in Miami. It was a pretty rough area. And the people there called him Officer Dan, and they loved him because he understood the life that they lived behind bullet-riddled doors and windows every day. And he took care of them. He served them every day. He was respected by everyone, and he believed in honor and duty. And he taught me that there was an honor in standing on the thin blue line. Today there's a wall in Washington, D.C. that bears the name of every officer who stood on the thin blue line, who has been killed in the line of duty. And sadly, Dan Schultz is with them on that wall today. Dan went end of watch on Friday, November 27th, 1987. Long ago, Dan had decided that he wanted to do something that was much bigger than himself. He took a sacred pledge and ultimately gave his life in the line of duty, what Abraham Lincoln described as the last full measure of devotion. I took that same oath. I swore my sacred honor, and soon you will all be doing the same. As all the officers in this room know, before anyone pins on a badge, they're usually asked a simple question: why do you want to be a police officer? And stunningly, over 95% of them respond with this answer: I want to help people. That's an honorable reason. And these young men have a calling to be the good shepherd. In police work, we call them sheepdogs, and there's an honor in that. I will say that police work is overall a lot of fun, and I enjoyed most of my career. Frankly, I had a ball. But I made many mistakes along the way, and some of my mistakes helped me grow, and I hope that I'm still growing. I say that I had a ball, but as many of you officers in this room know, that at about 5 to 7 years, you hit a wall in your career, and call it burnout for lack of a better term. And there'll be times in your careers when you hit that same wall. You'll question whether you're really helping people or doing anything worthwhile. You'll have been to hundreds of domestics and fights and robberies, assaults. You'll have seen a lot of mayhem. And the mayhem will usually involve the same few people over and over. At times you'll wonder if what you're doing is worthwhile, but believe me, it is. What you do is worthwhile and good. For you'll be the only one who can help these people when they have been victimized. When there's no one else to turn to, the police are there. They say the cops spend about 90% of their day dealing with 2% of the population, and I believe that's true. But I also believe that most people in the world are pretty decent folks. So remember when you show up that you're there on everyone's worst day, and they're displaying their worst behavior in that time. So your mission is to bring order to chaos, to help those in need. You are the thin blue line between good and evil, between order and chaos. There's an honor in that. As police officers, you'll be required to be a lot of different things. You'll have to be streetwise lawyers, family counselors, hostage negotiators. You'll have to be firearms experts, defensive tactics experts, proficient in first aid. You'll have to be detectives and crime scene investigators, and at times, priest and confessor. Police work demands a lot of you, but mostly it demands much of your character. Each day when you put on that uniform, the world will have high expectations of you, and it should. For you will carry the power to arrest people, the power to search people, to search their private property, and even take human life. With power comes great duty and responsibility. You will be bound by all the rules of civilization, the laws, the rules of ethics, fairness, and decorum. While you are bound by duty and responsibility, the people you deal with follow no rules. They live by no ethical standard of right or wrong, and sometimes will act in ways that will defy the imagination. You will see things you will not believe. You will see people act in ways you cannot comprehend. And you must learn to balance these two worlds, these two opposing set of rules, and it will test your character. I think character is a beautiful word. The word character comes from the Greek word karese, and it means to etch deeply, like carving something deeply into stone. So as you go through your life, I would say to you, work on developing your character. Make it good and etch it deeply into who you are each day. A few years ago, one of my students asked me, "Mr. Metz, what is character? You talk about it all the time. What does it look like?" And I thought for a minute, and I thought of soldiers in battle when bullets and shrapnel are flying all around and death is at their shoulder. Sometimes one soldier makes a decision. That soldier decides to risk certain death and charges a machine gun or an overwhelming force of the enemy. The reason that soldier runs up the hill and takes the objective is simple. It's to save those comrades that he or she serves with and cares deeply about. And if the soldier survives, they award him a medal and pin it on his chest or hang it around his neck for the action of charging the enemy and risking it all. But character is not the action. It is not what he or she did under fire. Character is the decision to make the action in that brief second. And it is your character and your decisions that you make each day that will define you and inspire others, and hopefully they will follow you and emulate you. So now I'm going to ask each of you as a group of young officers, when you go forward into your career, take along a bit of advice from an old sheepdog. First, take care of each other. Take care of your partners. And if you see your partner about to make a career-ending or life-changing mistake, step in, say something, stop them, walk them away, because this is a job that can try the patience of a saint. And everybody loses their temper sometimes and does the wrong thing, so stop them before they do the wrong thing. Take care of each other in the dark days that pile up on you, and there will be dark days in this job. Keeping it all bottled up inside is not good for you or for those around you. Turning to alcohol and other unhealthy distractions only makes it worse. Go home and talk to your spouse. Talk to your fellow officers. Talk to your priest. Talk to someone. Come here and talk to one of us. We will always be here for you. To you, the families, I will echo what the director said. To the spouses and friends of these officers, I would say be there for them and support them. In this day of defund the police, too few in society really stand behind police officers, and they will need someone to talk to, and they will need your support. Second, I would say to you, take care of your family. Take care of your home and all that it holds. While you're dealing with the new challenges of this job, understand that your spouse and your kids and your family are dealing with their own challenges. So be there for them when they need you. Keep your faith in God and keep it foremost in your life. It will sustain you in the darkest of times, and it has me. Finally, have some fun. Police work is a lot of fun. I had a ball. I hope you make the most of your career. But now you are all about to take an oath and pledge your sacred honor. What does it mean to pledge your sacred honor? As an example, I would refer you all to the last line of the Declaration of Independence, which reads, "And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor." When our founders signed the Declaration, they all stood together in the same room in Philadelphia, shoulder to shoulder on their own thin blue line between freedom and tyranny. Each bore witness to the other as 56 of their fellow Americans pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. And it was no idle pledge. Of the 56, 9 died in battle. 5 were captured and imprisoned. 12 had their homes burned to the ground. 17 lost everything they owned. Yet not one of our founders defected. Their honor, like their beloved country, remained intact. So after you take the oath, your life will never be the same. Mine wasn't. You will be a part of something much bigger than yourself. You'll be a part of all of the officers here in this room. You will stand shoulder to shoulder with thousands of other brave men and women, past and present, on the thin blue line that stands between good and evil, between order and chaos. And there's an honor in that. So welcome to the thin blue line. God bless you all and keep you. Thank you.
Got a word for you. And now I'd like to call our class speaker to the podium, Officer Daniel Plouffe.
Let's see if we get it. All right. Good morning. Thank you for taking the time today to attend our graduation. I want to start first by thanking our director, Mr. Perriott, and our coordinator, Mrs. Feldhauser. This academy is not possible without you, with the amount of time and dedication you both put into the program. Our class thanks you very much. To all the instructors, as some of you might not be aware of, our instructors are all current and retired law enforcement officers. Some of them work a 12-hour patrol shift, getting done at 6 a.m., then they come to campus and instruct throughout our day, giving up their time to be with their family or missing out on some much-needed sleep to train us. The passion and dedication to this professional service has helped ensure that we are ready to take the next step. So from Class 60, thank you. Thank you for all that you have done and given us these past 17 weeks. Throughout the academy, we're often asked, why? Why do you want to do this job? So to help our family and friends truly understand why, I want to share our reasons for choosing this career. So for some, since they were young, they watched their dad wake up every day and put on the DNR uniform and walk out the door. Or their father served in the Marines, and after serving their country, deploying, answering their country's call, they came home to serve their community. Others were influenced by a close family friend throughout their childhood and got to see the impact they had on others. Some have served as corrections officers with an end goal of becoming a patrol officer, and a couple of us completed our 20-plus years of active duty service and want to continue serving in some fashion. But one thing we all have in common is we aren't doing this for ourselves. We are doing it for our communities, to make a difference, to be there on someone's worst day to help them through it, to be the person anyone can call on when they need help. We want to make a difference, and we want to ensure the safety of our communities. Well, we had to earn it. So day one, anticipation's high, wondering what it's going to be like, and honestly, it started off pretty good. We arrived at 6:30 in the morning on January 6th, got our uniforms issued, gum belts put together, overfilled the coffee pot, and filled out some paperwork. First couple hours seemed pretty relaxed, and then we met Sheriff Stern and Sergeant Darso, our physical fitness instructors. We quickly learned that they aren't a big fan of walls, and every wall is the wrong one. And just to be sure it was the wrong wall, we ran to all of them to make sure. Then Sergeant Darso and Sheriff Stern said 2 words that the over 40 club in the class hadn't heard in about 20 years. It was bear crawl. So as we looked at each other and got ready to hear our bodies start to crack, we looked up and saw Cadet Weingartner sprinting across the gym floor. This was also the only day Cadet Weingartner showed up before 6:58 in the morning, Sheriff. Just letting you know, I know he's coming to work for you. A few weeks went by and we settled into our routine. Then came our first day of scenarios. So I'll paint the picture. We're in 2-man teams. We enter a resident, identify the person we're looking for, who has a warrant. We conduct our search and take them into custody. Just a simple scenario to ease us into it. Well, for most. So each team cycled through and we talked how it went and what we could do better. Then the last team came walking into the room. Cadet Williams and Cadet Peck. We asked, how'd it go? Cadet Williams' response, I got shot. So here's how it went down. Williams, empty your pockets. Peck, I see a gun. Mrs. Feldhauser, bang, you're dead. Williams, why don't you stay stopped? Peck, I blacked out. So EVO training, drive fast, not hit cones. Well, we drove fast and watched cones blow up, get trapped under cars, go flying across the parking lot. Years back, there used to be a show called Fear Factor. Well, that's what it's like riding with Cadet Golden. All gas pedal, no brakes, and the cone shouldn't have been there. And then you got defensive tactics training. We were learning how to defend against someone coming up from behind and putting you in a rear choke. Well, we all paused when we saw the next group up, Cadet Golden and Cadet Williams. We stood in excitement and fear. Excitement for us and fear for Cadet Golden. See, he's about to attempt this on Cadet Williams, who's built like a bear and who likes to pick things up and put them down. We watched Golden grab a hold of Williams. The fear and pain in his face said it all. Then Golden was vertical in the air. And then we watched as Golden came flying down to the mat. He just laid there for a few moments, collecting his thoughts, ensuring nothing was broken. There was one group you could always count on for a laugh. Cadet Weingartner and Cadet Pugh. Weingartner is a wrestler. The Pugh isn't. So you look over and see Weingartner have the Pugh twisted up and unable to move. So you'd hear the Pugh call out these phrases, help. Someone else go with E. What are you doing to me? Calm down. What is wrong with you? And then the constant one, I'm bleeding. So our training continued and each instructor instilling us the values and confidence to do this job. So to Sheriff Stern, Lieutenant Dennison, Under Sheriff Wagner, and all the instructors, thank you for everything you've done for us. To put in words the impact you had on us and the confidence you gave us, it brings me to a quote I once heard. The best never quit. The best knows how to get back up and rise again. The best doesn't stay on the ground for too long. Because the best understands that even though you're down, you have the capabilities to get up. Thank you. And then now we'll present our class flag.
And now for our awards presentations. This awards presentation is going to be different than the past that we've had. On January 2nd of this year, Kirtland Community College and the law enforcement family lost one of its finest. Tom Grace dedicated his life to law enforcement and his position here at the college. Tom was employed at the college as an instructor, a coordinator, a director, and a range master for 37 years. Tom was an expert in the field of firearms and firearms training. Hundreds of law enforcement personnel from around northern Michigan have been instructed in one way or another by Tom. Tom was not only involved in our firearms program, but he also ran our Milo Theater 300 simulator and was in charge of our decision-making program. Tom helped shape Kirtland's Police Academy program, as well as being involved with the Recognition of Prior Training Experience program, our in-service training program, and our Advanced Law Enforcement Refresher Training program. If it had to do with shooting or decision-making, Tom was always there. Unfortunately, like so many before us, Tom left us far too soon. But his legacy of compassion, patience, and a love for his students will live on. These qualities that Tom lived his life by have helped shape our values within the criminal justice program. Tom loved to teach, especially when it came to firearms and running the Milo. You will never find a finer instructor than Tom. Tom is a great man, and his concern and his compassion for his students showed in the way that he instructed his classes and sacrificed his time and his energy, making sure they had all the information that he could give them in order for them to succeed. I truly tried to find the words that properly describe Tom in a way that would help all of you understand just how great he was, how much he truly meant to this institution, and to more importantly, our program. So I began searching for those words, and I came across a poem written by Charlotte B. Williams titled A Great Man. And if you would permit me just a few minutes, I would like to share Charlotte's poem to help create a better picture of who Tom is and what he means to all of us who have the privilege of knowing him. A Great Man by Charlotte B. Williams. I saw a great man with great courage. I've never seen anyone so brave. This man displays his love for people, wondering if there's anyone he can save. I sat in awe at the things he'd been through. And still he said, I won't quit. As long as there is someone to help, as long as there is a soul to get. There really are some who give their all, no matter what price they pay, even if it means they could lose their life and maybe won't see another day. Oh, what courage I saw in this man, the great man I saw today. I sat there with such admiration and listened to what he had to say. He spoke so boldly, he spoke so plain. And after seeing this man, I won't be the same. Have you ever witnessed courage? Have you ever witnessed strength? I have, because today I saw a great man. When I learned of Tom's passing, I knew we had to do something to keep his memory alive and to pay homage to what Tom has done for our students and our program. So I spoke to Tom's family, his friends, and his peers on an idea that I had to dedicate our firearms award to Tom. With 100% agreement, the decision was made. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce that from this day forward, the Kirtland Community College Regional Police Academy Top Shooter Award will be known as the Thomas M. Grace Top Shooter Award. Since this is the very first award given, I thought it would be appropriate that someone very special bestow this award and pay tribute to Tom. So I would like to call Tom's brother, retired Oscoda County Sheriff Kevin Grace, to the podium. Yes, sir.
Well, I thought this was going to be easier than what it would have been, but that there hit me pretty hard. I lost my brother January 2nd, as Director Perriott said. He loved this program. I'm honored to be standing up here. I wish it was him that was standing here, but it's not. But myself, on behalf of myself and my family, and Tom's family, we appreciate that. We thank you. He loved this program. He really did. He loved his time at Kirtland. He loved the camaraderie that he had with all of his fellow instructors, all of his peers. They made him better, and he made them better. He enjoyed every bit of what he did. He was able to teach people in a way that they would get what he was trying to present to them. He would take young, he would take old, he did CPL, he did just about anything firearms related that there possibly was at Kirtland, I think, over the course of the 37 years plus that he was probably here. So on behalf of our family, we say thank you very much for allowing this to happen. He would be honored, knowing my brother, probably fairly embarrassed, because he was a very humble man. And he didn't have to be that person that was in charge of anything. He liked to kind of step back and allow others to do what they needed to do. That was just the way that he was. So I was honored to be his brother, and I am honored today to be able to present this award. This is the first of many, it sounds like, and that's greatly appreciated to have him honored in a way that will carry on his legacy that he was able to present to Kirtland and all of his students is a great, great honor. And again, I can't thank his fellow firearms instructors enough for the time that they gave, the friendship that they gave. You all meant a lot to him, and I know he's looking down on us again, probably embarrassed and telling me to shut up and get on with this or otherwise, but you know, it's what it is. And again, to the cadets, I hope you listened to your guest speaker. He gave so many good points, and the character part was probably the biggest thing that I took home. Be who you are. do the right thing for the right reason, and I wish you all the luck. Go back to your departments and serve your communities well, and may God bless you. So I thank you for that. So without further ado, I would like to present the top shooter, the first of many Thomas M. Grace Top Shooter Award, Kirtland Regional Police Academy 60th graduating class, to an Ethan Weingartner. One quick thing, it looks like I'll be working with Mr. Weingartner because much like my brother, we can't stay retired too long. I made it 9 days and I'm now working part-time for Roscommon, so apparently I'll see Mr. Weingartner.
Our second Firearms Award is for the Most Improved Award. The cadets go through 2 full weeks of rigorous firearms training, firing thousands and thousands of rounds of ammunition. We have some cadets that come in that have never fired a handgun in their entire life. And the firearms instructors really pay attention to each and every cadet. And they see the ones that are the top shooters, and then they have some that start out maybe a little slower, but they pick it up, and they are vastly improved by the end of that 2 weeks. Class 60, our award for the most improved in firearms, goes to Deputy Brian Golden. For our Physical Training and Defensive Tactics Awards, I'd like to welcome Roscommon Sheriff Edward Stern.
Good morning. First off, I want to tell you guys congratulations. You asked me the other day about it, who was your favorite class? You rank up there pretty high. So as far as the class speaker, Officer Plouffe, I don't recall day one the same way that he recalls it. I thought it was a caring and warm environment, but it's not our fault as instructors if they can't find the right wall. They just had to keep searching. During the course of the academy, we test the cadets on their physical fitness abilities. We start week 2, running them through the MCOLS diagnostic test, and then we test them 2 other times throughout the course of the 17 weeks. And then at the very end, which is the same test that they start out with that they have to pass for their licensing standards. Through those testings and classroom observation is how we determine our awards for most improved and top of the class for PT. So I'll start with the most improved. This cadet came in at the beginning, standards he had met, but they were very low, at the very low end of the standards. And by the end of the academy, he increased his vertical jump by 6 inches, his sit-ups by 7, his push-ups by 9, and he knocked over 14 seconds off his original run. The award for most improved goes to Austin Gross. The next award goes to Top in Physical Fitness, and this is a very difficult award to give out because a lot of the cadets, their physical abilities are right about the same as far as when it comes to the testing and the amount of work they put in during the class. So we judge this one a little bit different, not just on the test scores. There's always cadets that excel, and then there's always cadets that struggle, at least at the beginning. And one of the biggest things that we look for is what cadet is supporting the others. What cadet is going out of their way to help the ones that are struggling? And that's one of the things that we use to base our award off for Top in Physical Fitness. And that award goes to Daniel Plouffe. The next award is for Most Improved in Defensive Tactics. Just like the director spoke about earlier, there's some cadets that come in with a lot of skill and background in specific areas, and there's some that come in with absolutely no experience at all. Defensive tactics, if you hadn't heard from one of your cadets up here, it's a difficult course. It hurts, there's bruises, you're uncomfortable, but it's necessary. This cadet came in with very little skill when it came to defensive tactics, but by the end of the academy, impressed all the instructors. That award for Most Improved goes to Jeremy Meyer. And the final award for Top in Defensive Tactics. This cadet is someone that had some prior knowledge, was a high school wrestler, was a state qualifier, and literally could wrap up even Williams into a pretzel if he wanted to. The award for Top in Defensive Tactics goes to Ethan Weingartner. Congratulations to every one of you, and congratulations to the families. I wish you the best of luck, and you know how to get a hold of me if you ever need anything. Thank you.
Our next award is our Academic Achievement Award. The cadets, as they go through the 17 weeks, take countless tests, from legal through their skill assessments, all the way through to their licensing exam the day before graduation. Tests are not easy. There's a lot of material, over 720 hours of material that are crammed into 17 weeks. We look at everyone's grades and formulate it at the end, and the cadet that had the best grade point average and won the Academic Achievement Award is Officer Daniel Plouffe. The Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards has an award. It's the MCOLS Outstanding Performance Award. Unfortunately, our MCOLS representative, Michael Logie, could not be here today, so we asked that I give the award. The award is chosen by the class. They vote on that one cadet who has shown and demonstrated exemplary knowledge, skills, and the ability required of an effective police officer during the basic recruit training program. Someone who was a leader in the class, who was always there to help out those that need it, to make sure the class is on time and needs to get to where they need to be, assists myself and Mrs. Feldhauser with making sure that things run as they're supposed to. And the MCOL's Outstanding Performance Award for Class 60 goes to Officer Daniel Plouffe. And now we come to the pinning of the badges. What we will do is we will start by row. So if you have a friend, a coworker, or a loved one that you're going to pin the badge on, would you please come forward? Squad 1. 10. Right, face. Fall out to the front of the stage and be pinned. Fall out. You can come up, folks. Thank you, folks. Squad 1, left face. Fall out to your seats, fall out. Squad 2, left face. Fall out to the front of the stage to be pinned, fall out. Those friends, family, loved ones, coworkers that need to pin someone from Squad 2 can come on up. Thank you. Squad 2, left face. Fall out to your seats, fall out. You can be seated. And now we will hand out our graduation certificates. Our first certificate, Officer Jacob Depew. Deputy Brian Golden. Deputy Austin Gross. Officer Wyatt Massey. Deputy Jeremy Meyer. Deputy Preston Peck. Officer Daniel Plouffe. Deputy Casey Williams. Deputy Ethan Weingartner. Class, attention. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, Class 60 will recite the Policing Code of Ethics.
I
Well done. Class 60, congratulations on graduating the Kirtland Community College Regional Police Academy. You are dismissed.